You are learning how to master money, not be a slave to it. And in the beginning, any small victory is what you feel like you need to keep pressing forward. And some of you, unfortunately, want to do that prematurely with trades. I just need that little affirmation, that little nudge. This is going to work for me. I know he said don't push a button. I know he said don't trade, but I have to. Michael, if you could just feel what it feels like to be inside this skin of mine. I got to wake up every day and do this dumb shit and make no money. I'm in a country that doesn't make any fucking money, and I'm in an impoverished nation. I didn't have a father. I didn't have a mother. You know, I can't get a job with my college degree. I dropped out of college. I couldn't afford it. My mom and dad don't do this for me. Look, listen. All that stuff may be true. I had everything stacked against me. Everything. I had no pedigree that had money before me. I had no advantages where people could help me get into certain things, fall into certain, perfect scenarios for jobs. I didn't have any of those advantages. I didn't have this, where somebody's whipping my ass into shape when I'm doing stupid shit. Get me back on the rails. Keep me focused. Let me tell you something. My feelings would not have been fucking hurt because this is exactly how my grandfather talked to me. And I miss it. I wish I could hear that Navy man whip my ass and get your head in the fucking game. Focus on this. What are you looking at that shit for? This is what you're supposed to be focused on right now. Yes, sir. I didn't have that when he passed away. He didn't see me do this. You have someone in me that proves that we can do this consistently. I'm teaching you how to do it. I'm giving you a mindset, a way of thinking about it, how to conquer your demons, wrestle with them, pin them, beat their fucking ass. But you have to show up and do everything I tell you to do. And everything I tell you not to do, you need to keep it away. This is one of the hardest things that you as a human being will ever endeavor to do. Because it's so easy to psych yourself out. I'm convinced that 80% of people that fail, they talk themselves into failure. Either subconsciously or blatantly. Think about what you've done to yourself as a trader. If you've traded with live funds and you've blown that account or accounts, you can go right back to the moment where you knew at that moment, right before you did it, when you still had money in the account, the day that you did like 25, 30 trades, over leveraging, trying to fix something, trying to just do whatever. At some point, it became like you just wanted to end it all because it was too painful. Just click until I don't have any more money left. I don't have the discipline to do it right. I've already convinced myself that I'm never going to do this. So let's just blow the account and be done with it. So subconsciously what? Your mind tells your hand there's something to do. Push the button. But the chart's saying nothing about doing anything at all. You're never going to see a book written like that. But that's the stuff that goes on for real.
Yo, good morning, everybody. How the heck are we doing, chat? How are we doing? Happy Thursday, everybody. Come on in, the water's fine. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hit the like button if you guys would be ever so kind before we get rolling here. Good morning, John. Good morning, Wu Wei. Catherine, good morning. Dario, good morning. Hindsight King, Andreas, Mr. Nobody, Elias, Caden, Melda, good morning. Good to see you, Melda. Good morning, Ace, Nakib, Soné. Good morning, Soné. Good morning, Mikhail, Sean, WV Navy. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, guys. Happy Thursday. Come on in. Come on in. We got a couple minutes here until market open. So we'll try to dive on into the charts and see what we are working with today. First and foremost, economic calendar wise, we do have 10 a.m. orange folder news. So we got pending home sales at 10 a.m. We had unemployment pre-market. We have Trump speaking later today. What is this? Not till 4 o'clock, though. Due to speak about the economy at the Coosa Steel Corporation. All right. Fair enough. Diving into the actual chart itself, we were talking a lot yesterday about this daily fair value gap. We ended up filling the daily fair value gap. So if you guys ended up holding those longs yesterday in the morning, you guys got a lot more bang for your buck on that with a really nice move. So shout out to you guys if you held that. But we've traded up into the daily gap on both ES and Q, YM as well. And now the question is, do we see price respect bearish PD array to head to previous day low and potentially lower? We will see. Looking at the 4 hour, we did get a nice previous 4 hour close below these lows here and giving us what could be now a bearish order block to support lower prices. We do have inefficiencies that were left behind on the hourly though. We traded up into it here on ES. We'll see if NQ wants to do the same as we get rolling here. But market opens up here in 10 seconds. So we will have to see what price wants to do and how we set up here in the opening range, chat. We'll see if we can get a manipulation up though. That'd be kind of my hope. My hope is that we could get some sort of manipulation higher and then potentially a move down. Might not need it just because ES already traded up into that hourly, but we'll see what happens. Market just opened up, boys and girls. Let me turn the audio down a little bit. Otherwise, we've got previous day low at 700 here on the NASDAQ. What is this low here? Is this a pre-market low? Oh, wow. This is our range from London. So London totally just obliterated Asia session. Do we have any SMT at these lows forming? A little bit with YM. Oops. See if price maybe wants to tag that 902 and then what we do from there. Alrighty, boys. So that's the skinny for now. We'll see what happens. See what we want to do. Looking at the poll in the chat, we've got 56% of the chat is bearish today. Okay. 56% bearish, 35% bullish, 9% thinks we could see a choppy range day. Yeah, economic calendar-wise, really today, tomorrow is kind of were the only things on the economic calendar. Obviously, we had meeting minutes yesterday afternoon, but this is really it, right? Today, tomorrow, with red folder, unemployment today, just like every Thursday, and then Friday, tomorrow, we have advanced GDP and PMI. So this really should be the brunt of what this week is probably getting ready to produce. Kind of just looking at the weekly profile so far, daily candles here. You know, here's Friday, and then, you know, Monday just doji, or I guess Monday was a bank holiday, so Monday into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Could we have seen the high of the week get put in? Is really the question, right? Is the high of the week put in yesterday, and do we see distribution lower Thursday, Friday? What's chat thinking? Futures analyst is short already? Or am I reading that wrong? Minute summarized rates will probably remain steady, but open to cutting rates based on inflation, which comes out tomorrow. Today, the news told us the labor market is red hot and manufacturer expanding. Futures analyst, you sound like Jerome Powell. There's something comforting in that, you know what I mean? Futures analyst. Somebody sounding like Jerome Powell is not a bad thing. Old Daddy Powell. What's up, Harris? Target for shorts? I mean, you got a lot of targets here. We got previous day low, obviously pre-market low, or just external lows is kind of a higher time frame potential move here. Depending on how much movement we get, right? If we get some expansion, we left, you know, the the current low of the month at 240. We've got November low just below that at 150. So we've got a lot of lows here. What is this? Tuesday low? If price wants to make a move like that before we close the week off is the question. I guess it depends if we go to war with Iran, boys. It sounds like we're getting closer by the day. Oh boy. What's BB doing, boys? What's going on over there? That's what I'm saying, Kevin. It might be Paul's son here. Yeah, we're not really moving a whole lot right now. Nice wick on this 5-minute close. Here's the 1 minute. If that tickles anyone's fancy. Might be gearing up for that short now. Dow Jones leading the way here to the downside, though. ES and NQ holding on a little bit. There we go. What's up, buddy? News says the economy is strong, which gives me the reason. Okay, so no need to lower rates for now, is my whole thesis on bearish today. Fair enough. Your thesis does align with what technicals are telling us, I'd say. Trump is speaking. He's speaking later today. I don't think he's speaking right now. All right, let's see here. Tuesday, Wednesday. Let me update this. Our previous day low, so Wednesday low, 752. This is close, right? No, I take that back. Disregard. What is this low? Oh, that's AM session low. Look at this dirty bird. We gonna get continuation here? This is first presented. If we get a nice bearish OB close here, I'm going to give this a go. No close. No close. Right back up. Look at that dirty. Look at that dirty little. Retest 930 opening price. The only worry is this range could get totally blown back through, right? If NQ wants to go visit that hourly gap. What a wick. If that's going to wick, that's crazy. Huh. It wicked. It wicked. Holy shit. All right, same thesis here. Bearish close. I'm going to give this a try. I want to see a closure below here, though. Yeah, we could Z trades. We could. No, I'm not gonna enter yet. I might miss out on this if this just like Drake candles, turbo death candle down, but whatever. Oh, Paris, come on, dude. We betting the crow on it today? Let's bet the crow on it. Paris, come on, do it. Do it, Paris. Do it for the one time. Oh, can we get a little pullback? Oh, well, I got a terrible fill on that. Fuck. All right, I'm in short here. You're supposed to fill me on the upwick, you slut. Terrible fill on that. That sucks. I'm gonna try the short, guys. Want to see this OB protect price and keep us going down here. If not, then GG's. Holy fuck, GG's it is. Yeah, holy shit. Instant stop up. Skank. All right, I'm out of that. Perfect entry in the wrong direction. Blow me. Well, that's not good. Paris, you should have bet the crow on it. Bet a turkey? Paris is not the same, man. It's not the same, Paris. It's not the same. Oh, turn executions off. $15-minute candle about to close. Damn. Probably should have waited for that, huh? Is Trump speaking? What do you want me to do about what do you want me to do if Trump is speaking right now? What do you want me to do about that? What would you like me to do about that? You can keep repeating it in the chat, but I'm not sure what you want me to do about that information. Should I text him and say, hey, can you please stop? We're trying to trade right now. Is that what you guys want me to do? Hey, Donnie. hey, yeah. Long time. Yeah. How's it going, man? Yeah, hey, listen. I know it might not be a good time, but hey, do you think you could not stop? Do you think you could stop talking actually, just for like an hour or something like that? Bro, what the fuck are we doing? Hey, Donnie. Yeah. Hey, if it's not too much trouble, do you think maybe you could shut the fuck up? I'm trying to live stream right now, actually. And yeah, Chad is not happy about you talking right now. Can you just shut your mouth? Thanks. Appreciate it, man. The loss getting to me? I mean, yeah, no, I'm so stoked that I just took a stop loss. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I actually prefer that. I lost on purpose. Holy fuck. What is going on? What is going on? Market's buck wild. Well, boys, let's just chill out here a little bit. This might just die. I don't know what's about to happen. This 1 minute is buck wild. Hey. Everybody panic. Everybody panic. Bro. What a mess. We do have Orange Folder News at 10. So we'll see what we want to do. 15 did close. This is our previous 15. Oops, sorry. This 5 minute. This is our previous 15-minute close. Yeah, this is looking real messy now. We'll wait. We'll wait. I don't trust the short enough to like replay it. So Trump talking about the Prime Minister of Cambodia. What's he saying? Yeah, if you haven't taken anything, I'd probably recommend just sitting on your hands. Well, even if you have taken something, it might be a good idea. Was hoping we could get a little bit cleaner distribution. A little fuckery here to begin the day. Last 2 weeks, I think Thursday's been kind of my Achilles heel. Green every day except Thursday. We got to change that. All right, back above first presented gap, but will it mean anything? For Paris's sake, he's sure hoping so. How do you take out cons? What do you mean? How do I take out cons? I'm trading Apex, TRADEIFY on TradingView. How do you take out cons? You just do the opposite of whatever order you're in. So if you're in a long right now and you want to take off part of your long, you would just change this contract to the amount that you want to take off, and then you hit the sell button. If you're in a short, you do the opposite. So you take the opposite trade of whatever you're in. Short now? I'm good. I'm good. We got macro beginning here finally, so see if we can get some movement. But yeah, this 1 minute's pretty messy. 1 minute is a little messy. The 5 minute, the 15 minute, big wicks. Respecting the lows being purged here, though. I'm trying to frame the long idea, but it would require me to trust this 1 minute structure, which just looks like shit. If you haven't made $3 billion in this PA, quit trading. Fuck. You Paris, shut your mouth. Paris, shut your mouth. Enjoy your long in privacy, would you? Enjoy your long in privacy. Quit trying to peer pressure us into your trade. You probably don't want us to join your trade. The more people that get long, the more likely this market is to short. Just enjoy it, Paris. Paris, just enjoy it, dude. Sit back, grab your coffee, be like, I'm in this long. Nobody's suspecting it to go up. That's how it's going to go up, right? That's what you want, Paris. That's what you want. You don't want us all in that. We're trying to help you. We're trying to help you, Paris. I do love a good peer pressure, though. That tells us that you're a real friend. Like, what are the odds that this would go all the way back to London High? We're just, like, not really sponsored by... Like, we got a daily bearish gap up here that we're trading lower from, but like, what are we sponsored from? I'm kerfuckled right now. It looks like it wants to go up, but me no likey. Me no likey. Not right now. Yeah, there's a little bit of divergence with that previous AM session low. ES did run that out. PDL was hit on in YM. I don't know. I'm staring at these different time frames, and I'm like trying to make sense of it and like convince myself almost to join the long. But if I'm convincing myself to join it, it's probably not the best opportunity. Gun to my head, for Paris's sake, I'd say if I had to say, it's probably going higher, but I'll just sit here like a good boy for now. There we go. There we go. Yeah, here's the hourly gap on NQ now. We got new medium impact news in 3 minutes. %50 done. Are we at 50% of the range already? We are. We are indeed. It's gonna go up higher than I think. Like where high? Like London high? You're thinking or what? Be such just crazy work with this daily gap. Like you're gonna wick it, respect it on the previous day, and then go run it up on the next day without even like coming to previous day low. I don't know, Paris. We'll see. Nothing surprises me anymore, Paris. I'm numb. I'm numb. These markets make you numb over time. All right, so we got medium impact news in a minute. We'll have an hourly close for 4-hour close. This is our current 4-hour. Here's our hourly. I don't know, boys. I just look at this and I know that this is probably going to close favorably and, you know, bullish candle. But I don't know. I'm stubbornly kind of wanting to stick with this short bias. Paris said it wasn't gonna go this low, so we gotta keep an eye on it. Let's keep an eye on it. You never know. He said no crow though, no crow. All right, there's 10 o'clock. See. Five-minute gap. Oh, Paris, I don't make such bets. I don't make such bets. See, listen, Paris, we peer pressure different ways. You peer pressure me into trades that you're in. I try to peer pressure you into eating feral creatures. But, you know what I mean? Like, same, but different. Still holding. We just got this 1 minute inverse on NQ after hitting this 5-minute bullish gap. But you're kind of, I don't know. I'm hesitating on the long just because it's, you know, my original thought process was lower. You're kind of, I mean, you're just longing into this hourly gap, but Obviously, plenty of room here. Even if you got a gap fill, that's a good opportunity. Back to midnight, whatever. I'm torn between marrying my bias and flipping my bias. Oh, one of those days. You know what I mean? What's more important? Do I want to be right or do I want to make money? London high? I don't know. I'm going to drop a buy limit on 909. I'm going to flip for longs here. This hourly candle came down. I'm going to view this hourly as the manipulation. And then 10 a.m. is going to expand higher. Break even at midnight. And I might just go for like a 2R here. I'm officially flipping bias, chat. I'm officially doing it. God help me. We got to go orange light for this. Oh, shit. All right, let's get serious. Stepping it up a notch. Okay. All right, I'm in. If this fails and we just melt from here, I'm going to call myself the biggest idiot and pussy ever for switching bias and then being wrong both directions. I'll roast myself, chat. I'll roast myself. Looks only because you're in short. Yeah, I've convinced myself that we might go higher here, and if this just melts, like I said, I'm gonna feel probably pretty silly. Don't fucking judge me, all right? Let the trader that is without stop loss cast the first stone, all right? Glory or death. Glory or death. Wait, do we hit midnight? It looks like we hit midnight on E-mini. This is the micro chart. Or we just fall short? I can't. It's like right there. We hit it. We hit midnight on ES. YM's falling through the floor. I'm gonna cut this, boys. I'm gonna cut this. I don't know what I'm doing right now today, dude. I feel all out of fucking whack. This market's got me feeling some type of way. Let me show you YM. We just picked up a ton of speed to the downside. Ton of speed to the downside on YM. ES now kind of picking up speed as well. I don't know, dude. I don't trust this. I don't fucking trust anything right now. I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid. I'm tripping. Been smoking. Been sipping. I'm paranoid. I'm tripping. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. That means don't do anything. I'll admit it. I'll admit it. The market has me in a bind right now. You know what? And I'm not an ounce of shame in admitting it either. Some of you guys like to walk around peacocking out your chest and say, oh, I know everything that's going to happen all the time. The truth is, I don't know what's about to happen. And I'm a little bit scared, so I'm not gonna fuck around and find out. How about that? All right? Let me just wait. Let me wait till something's obvious. I'm getting a little too ahead of myself. Get a little overconfident here. A little bit of a winning streak last couple weeks. Let's just chill. All right? Let's fucking chill. Let's bring the tension down. All right? This is self-awareness. Self-awareness. See, don't you feel better now? Don't you feel better now, chat? Oh my God. All right, so for those of you just joining, let's recap what we've done so far. Number one, my bias was bearish going into the day from this daily gap. All right. I did try shorts early. I wanted to see continuation off first presented gap lower. Didn't get it, got stopped out. We've traded up to this hourly gap. I convinced myself that this long looked good while I'm in the trade, chopping just a wee bit in drawdown. I see YM picking up speed to the downside. ES kind of doing the same. And decided I didn't really like the trade as much as I thought, so I cut it. All right. And my performance right now feels a little bit sloppy, as I'm sure it looks. So now we're going to wait a little bit. What time is it? 10, 12, 10, 13 almost. Here we go. All right, looking like a good cut, boys. That's why we cut it. We did not want this. Did not want this to happen to me. So, hey, Moral victories. I don't understand trading view order panel. What do you mean? It's pretty confusing. Nah. It's not confusing. What do you understand? Oh, no. Fills up an ass than usual. Well, that's why I like using limits, because then you get the exact fill you want. But sometimes you use limits, you get left behind. You guys saw my fill on that short. I literally got slipped pretty bad there. But here's a problem, right? What I'm self-analyzing here is like short, long, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to prevent myself from getting too click happy. I don't got into me today. Maybe I slept on the wrong side of the bed or something. I woke up feeling dangerous. Let's rein it in. Rein it in, Tyler, you stupid son of a bitch. Rein it in. Come on. Get a grasp. It's gonna go down because you're in shorts. Bro, I genuinely don't know. I'll be honest. I have no fucking clue what we're gonna do. I don't know, and I'm tired of pretending I do know. I thought I knew going into the day, but I've since been proven kind of wrong so far. So yeah, that's where we're at. If you're conflicted between short and long, time to take a step away and breathe. Well, that's Paris. That's what I'm doing. I'm not stepping away and breathing. I'm live on stream, but we're just chilling right now. I'm gonna not try to predict what this is about to do. And I'll just react to something that happens that is actually really obvious. I don't know, boys. You can talk yourself into ideas all day long, but sometimes it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it sometimes, man. But right now, I am down 755 on my leader account. 760 on the followers. So essentially a minus 1R scenario here. Wasn't risking a whole lot on the short just because it was kind of early still. The long, obviously I cut it. It was like a minus $200, cut there. So we're doing all right. We're doing all right. I don't know why I don't know why I felt so click happy this morning, but we're here now. We're here now. Let's make the most of it. Are you still holding your long, Paris? No, I'm over here long catching a panic attack myself. Nah, you're all right. Yeah, but you were long down here, though. Longing up here and longing down here are two very different things, Paris. I think you would agree. Your confidence in longs up here versus down here are probably slightly different. It's easy for you to have confidence in your long down here when you're break even, just hoping it just continues higher versus getting stopped up. And honestly, I would have been stopped. I would have been stopped here. My stop loss was below the bodies of these candles. just because in my mind, my thought process was in order for my stop to get hit, we would have to kind of invalidate this order block. We would have to invalidate these bullish fair value gaps, this bearish fair value gap, and my stop was putting it below these bodies, puts me below this fair value gap candle as well. So like all of these PD arrays had to be traded through for that stop to get hit. So it would have got hit. I closed it up here, but I likely would have been tagged here on this 10-12 candle. So, I mean, it was a good cut based on where my stop was. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't, like I said, you can sit here and convince yourself. Like I could convince myself of a long right now. If I really wanted a long, I could be convinced to that yes, long is the right play here, but I could also be convinced that short is the right play here as well. I'll be honest. So that's the honest truth. So I'm sitting on hands for a little bit. All right. All right. Glad you understand. Thanks, guys. Thanks for understanding. No. I appreciate it. I thank you. You guys are a very understanding bunch, and that's why we love you. And just know that perfection is a fallacy. I was trying to think of some real inspirational to finish that off with, but I got nothing. I got nothing. 10:20. All right. Man, silver bullet hour. The best silver bullet hour all year was President's Day. Literally a bank holiday. Hands down the best silver bullet hour of the year so far. You can't even make it up. What is this sick joke? You know what? Maybe I should have texted Donnie T and told him to shut the fuck up. Is he still talking? Is he still yapping or not? He likes to go for some time. That guy can go. You think ICT's 2022 mentorship lectures are long? You ever try to listen to one of Donnie T's speeches? I mean, that guy for damn near 80 years old is like a little Energizer bunny. Just keeps going. Four-hour gap as well. I guess I didn't notice that we closed a 4-hour gap at 10 a.m. as well. We got gaps on gaps. There is an SMT, and it's here. If I can show you guys. It's with YM. So here's YM. Here's NQ, right? So SMT at these highs. ES and NQ took out this recent high to the left. Here's YM. Lower high currently, but yeah, we got a mixed bag in the chat, too. We got Paris rooting for the longs. We got other people rooting for the shorts. You got me The only man in the chat willing to admit that he just has no clue. Yeah, this might be one of those wait till... Like, if 10:30 doesn't really give us something, then it's like 11 a.m. macro. That's it. I might as well go to NZD CAD. Let's just go to Euro. Let's just go to Euro AUD at this point. I'm going to start trading Indian rupees. No. What's our heat map looking like? Yeah, we're kind of like unchanged across the board. Nvidia, barely anything. Tesla, 0.5%. Microsoft, 0.5%. It's funny how they, like, all this week. What's the date today? The 19th? Yeah, it's funny how, like, just this week, like, Bank Holiday Monday, basically a no news Tuesday, right? And Wednesday, we just had meeting minutes in the afternoon. So, like, you're kind of anticipating more volatility as the week goes on. And, like, as of right now, this daily candle can F right off. We're in an inside bar right now. Inside bar on the daily, guys, at the moment. On ES, on NQ. Only YM has taken out previous day low here. YM and Russell. Which could be part of the reason why some of you guys are bullish, right? That SMT with YM at the previous day low. But indicator name. What? I mean, which indicator? All my dude. Just look at the top left of my screen. Look at the top left. You can see all my indicators right there. I don't use very many of them. I use this higher time frame candles by 2 degrees. I use this ICT everything by Cold Brew Roche. Just marks out opening prices for me. And this kill zones, I'll toggle on and off just to quickly find levels from overnight sessions. And then every once in a while, I'll use this new week opening gap, new day opening gap to quickly plot those as well. Well, yeah, all right here, man. No gatekeeping on this channel, boys. Whatever you got here, that's what it is. Put your detective hat on and grab your magnifying glass and zoom in. Mm. 'Settings, sure. So I just use the 1 hour candle. You can obviously use whatever you want. I just use the 1 hour candles here to the right. So, because usually I'm entering on like the 5 minute or under, so I want to see what the hourly is doing. Usually framing like an hourly power of 3. There you go. %70 win rate with 2R, nice. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's usually a good winning streak. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big win rate like believer. It's win rate will change. Like 1 week you'll have a really shitty win rate. Next week you could have 100% win rate, right? And then obviously if you're trading, like, unless your system is a mechanical risk reward system, like always going for a 2R or always going for something else. But usually, I don't know, at least as like ICT traders, we're trading to levels, right? Like we're trading to draws, lows, highs, equilibrium, etc. So like risk reward will change a lot. Sometimes you get a little less than a 2R, sometimes you get almost a 3R. It just kind of depends. And then your entry criteria matters. Do you get filled with a nice entry on like a pullback into a gap or an order block, or are you just entering off the close of a candle with bigger drawdown? Lots of variables, Lots of variables. The other thing about win rate too, like if you use any like tracking softwares, if you get stop break even, let's say you trail your stop just like a little bit into profit, so that way if you get stop break even, you're not, red. It counts those as wins. If you get tagged at break even and you get a little bit red from fees, counts that as a loss. So, win rate it's one of those stats that I don't think is really all that important, but people like to romanticize over it. My win rate is 0. I'm still searching for my first win. Oh. Just think, boys, there is somebody out there right now somewhere. They've been trading for, let's just say, like a month, maybe 2 months. And they haven't won a trade yet. That person somewhere exists. You know what I mean? Somewhere they exist. I'm sure of it. Imagine being that guy. Like, they're never beating the trading is a scam allegations. Can it die now? We'll see. 10:30 here. So, I mean, this would be, if we're going to get a movement here before 11 o'clock macro, this is like kind of, to me, when it's going to happen. Around this 30-minute candle. But you guys know how sometimes we like to manipulate time. That's my favorite, dude. That's my favorite shit ever. Like when price like chops around or whatever at an area. And you got like everyone's like time distortion. It's just like, okay. I knew we were going to manipulate time. The trading space is so funny, bro. It's so funny. It's I don't know. Just listening to the way that people talk sometimes. It's almost like trading has a way of like giving people a God complex. You know what I mean? They predicted a trade correctly and they made some money, and now all of a sudden they think like, all of a sudden they think that they're holier than thou. You know what I mean? You guys know what I'm talking about? Just reading like people's comments about trading. Tanya and her gang going short. Good luck. Good luck to Tanya and her gang. What about Tyler and his gang? What are we doing, gang? Hey, gang, what are we up to, gang? What are we doing, gang? Are we just chilling? What are we doing, gang? We know Paris is in longs, I guess. I think. I don't know, unless he closed them. But Paris likes to hold. Paris has no problem holding. We've learned that, chat. He'll just hold. He don't care if he gets break even stopped or even pulls back to it. He don't give a fuck, man. He's just gonna hold that shit. So he's probably still holding, but other than that, what are we doing, gang? I'm chilling, gang. All right, I'll stop saying gang. Gang, 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 gang. She's a runner, she's a track star. Tyler's gang is all over the place. Yeah, Tyler's gang. I was all over the place for sure. I totally admit. I was starting to feel myself like almost go down a slippery slope. I fucking had to rein it in. I had to rein it in, Chad. I was getting a little too eager. You know, I was just so like waking up today. I'm looking at charts. I was just like, oh, dude. Like previous day, I don't know. That daily guy, I convinced myself that we were going to accelerate lower. You guys ever do that? You come into a day you convinced yourself of something. And then when it doesn't play out exactly as you had hoped, you're like, what the hell? What the hell? But hey, we're all in this together, and we know. Sing a song? Dude, everyone says I sing the same songs. Like, you guys aren't grateful about mastery. You guys want me to have a diverse, you know, set list for you guys on stream as I'm just singing whatever pops into my head, which just happens to be like the same 5 songs. Listen, you don't fear the guy. This is straight from Bruce Lee, not me. You don't fear the guy that's practiced 10,000 punches. You fear the guy that's practiced one punch 10,000 times. How are we supposed to harmonize if I'm sitting here jumping songs all the time? Like, you guys are going to be like, what the fuck are we doing? If we got the same thing, like, we're going to master it, right? We're going to be the best. We're not going to be a jack of all trades. We're going to be a master of one. Isn't that what we want? Isn't that what we want, chat? They got Cook, stop loss hit. We're manipulating time. Yeah, I'm red on the day right now too. Oh. We'll see if we can fix it though. We had one red day last week. We're red so far on the day today, so we'll see. I'm still trying to put together that perfect green everyday week so far in 2026. It's been eluding me. There's just always been like one day I just get a little bit tripped up. Do an inspirational speech after losing or winning. Dude. It just depends on the day. Sometimes I just like to vent. You know? Get the frustration out. If you take the frustration out, you know, talking out loud, talking to yourself, or in my case, talking to you guys, then I don't got to take it out on revenge trading. You know? We've talked about it. I'm a revenge chatter, not a revenge trader. You know, we all have different coping mechanisms, but You know, everyone, different strokes for different folks. Some of you guys after a losing session, you get off stream, you beat your wife. You know, I just beat up on you guys. You know, it's really you guys get it. You know what I mean? Like, that's just life, right? Some of you guys, you get off stream, you lost your trades, you know, and your kid comes up and they want you to you beat your wife and your kids, you know. No, I'm joking, obviously. You know, for some of you guys, you're just fortunate that it takes a little bit of time for the bath to fill up, right? Because in that amount of time, you talk yourself out of, you know, grabbing the toaster and, you know, doing that whole thing. You know, so that's the benefit, right? You got to take a beat. You got to let that bathtub fill up with water, and usually by the time it's done filling up, you're like, yeah, you know what? I don't feel so bad no more. In fact, I see another trade opportunity. Oh, in fact, the next macro is here. And then you just, you know, you take another trade and life goes on. It's a beautiful thing. All right, boys, 10:40. We're essentially just waiting for something. This must be how the people on the Titanic felt after the boat sank, and like anybody that was like waiting in the boats, the lifeboats. They're just waiting for answers, waiting for some finality, some closure. Will it ever come? We don't know. Yeah, dude, definitely, probably. Yo, that's gotta be. I'm trying to think what would be a good would you rather for that. Like, could you imagine I've been on the Titanic? It's pitch blackout. You're in the middle of the ocean. It's cold as shit. And your boat's sinking. Like, probably top... I mean, it's got to be, like, top 3 worst ways to die. You know what I mean? You're going to freeze and or drown and or get trampled in a stampede and or so many different things could have happened. But just being cold and worse, bro. Like, what would be like getting mauled by a bear would probably be slightly worse, maybe. At least like the bear mauling you to death like would be kind of quick. Or at least you hope it would be quick. Maybe. I don't know. They're both going to suck. But, like, dude, Titanic, dude, that's probably, like, that's got to be top 3. That's just, like, long, drawn-out kind of suffering. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, you get into, like, science fiction. Like, oh, yeah, if you're, like, a guy in one of the Saw movies or something where you literally get tortured to death, like, obviously that's going to be the worst. But aside from that, you know what I mean? You'd rather freeze than burn to death? Yeah, probably. I guess it depends on how cold it is, but you think burning would also maybe be quicker. Although the freezing's probably a little bit more peaceful. I don't know why we're market gets choppy and all of a sudden we start talking about what's a better way to die. Yeah, market gets choppy. What do you guys? Oh yeah, we're just figuring out what's the best way we could die. What would be the worst way? Typical traders. Some guy followed his propeller. I know what's crazy though is it's like once all the lights went out on the Titanic, obviously the movies it kind of illuminates the scene a little bit so you can obviously see what the fuck's going on. But like in real life, like pitch darkness, like just pitch black. Like you can't see shit. Like have you guys ever seen videos people on a cruise ship at night? If it's like a cloudy night, right? There's no moonlight. You're in the ocean. Dude, it is dark, dark. Why did my... What are we doing here? Wolf Dubai, I'm offended by that comment. You're a good entertainment person, more than trader. Suck me, Wolf. That's the most insulting thing you could say. You know what? I'm going to sit here in silence in between good trade setups just so you never say that again. How about that? New TJR. Listen, as soon as I'm going to get a partnership deal with an offshore CFD brokerage. I'm going to say, hey, listen, Mr. Broker, I'm going to need you to put millions of dollars in my account. All right. And when I tell you to give me a bump up in my balance, you're going to do it. I tell you to give me a fake payout, you're going to do it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell a mentorship. That easy. Listen, I don't know what it's going to do, boys, but when it does it, it's going to be a sight to see. How's day been? Asked Ben Trades on YouTube. Ben Trades today. Today has been a day. 2 trades, loss on shorts. Technically a small loss on longs, but I closed it. I just didn't like the trade anymore. I closed it down like $200. And it was a good close because it's just been fuckery ever since. Got out of shorts, didn't like the 15-minute candle close. All right, guys, 11 a.m. macro incoming, I guess. 10 a.m. news. It was an orange folder, but like, where's 10 a.m. here? There's 10 o'clock right there. Like, this is our entire hourly candle right here. Silver bullet hour, chat. Woohoo! Why do they call it silver bullet? Is that what's on the menu? If so, I'll take 2. I mean, yeah, I'm still looking for trades, but like obviously, I'm not going to participate in this ranginess if that's all we're going to get. But we're kind of just stalling till 11 a.m. macro. See if we get something a little bit more clean. If not, we'll come back and see what we're doing later on. It's just not really worth forcing it in here. Probably just make, if you are ready, probably just make it worse. Because it's silver and the bullet is shaped. It's a bullet shape, but they show right on your peach. Because it's silver and it's a bullet shape. That they show right on your peach. Yeah. Shove. Because it's silver and it's a bullet shape that they shove right on your peach. Kev, while I got you here, what's the take? What's the hot take, Kev, from your perspective on the peptide takeover of the fitness world right now? And what's your stack? Do you recommend watching all 2016 mentorship after finishing 2022, or is it not necessary? It's not really necessary. You can if you want. Yeah, to me, the most valuable mentorship is 2023. I did put together, if you guys go in the Discord, if you guys go and wander into the Discord and you scroll all the way on down and you go to Smart Money Basics, I have like a really old playlist for just like basic concepts, obviously, but this education playlist right here, this is kind of breaking down other concepts like the 2022 model, one setup for life. These are all like my videos, but if you go to ICT vids must watch, I also created a playlist with his videos that I've just went and grabbed the ones that I think are the most valuable. There is a little bit from prior to 2022, like 1 or 2 videos. But most of it is from 2023. Couple 2022 in there though. I mean, it's a trend. Is it going to make you just massive? No. Can you heal quick with some of them? Sure, but I've never used anything. Okay. Aldo ICT says, I sell peptides and are freaking awesome. How many times will it give you hope? Well, we're in the macro now, at least. Like, it technically gave us a 1-minute inversion here, but it's done that about 18 times so far today. What's Paris thinking right about now? And is he still holding? Bearish or bullish? I mean, the stubborn side of me wants to see bearish, probably. But I really don't know. Why did I get out of my... I don't know, dude. Why'd you get out of your shorts, dude? Can't believe it. It's kind of a moment of truth here, to be honest. Oops. In the macro... Son of a gun. What are we doing? Tell me this wouldn't be sick, chat. Tell me this wouldn't be sick as fuck, bro. Tell me with a straight face if we did something like this, you wouldn't absolutely do something that you might regret. Last payout was 2024. I've made over 25. Wait, 2024? I made over 25K on less than 2 months back then. Since then, I've been blowing accounts and a losing streak since then. Well, obviously payouts and I mean, it's really a string of good trading, right? Like, because getting funded, getting to a payout, securing a payout, and securing multiple payouts, it's just a string of good trading that gets you there. That's why, like, even if you're like a quote unquote break-even trader, or trading at a break-even clip, like you still probably won't secure payouts, at least not very consistently. But I mean, if it's been over a year, like nothing in 2025, nothing so far in 2026. Really, it's about identifying the losers, right? How do you cut back on the losses? So you got to identify that first. Like what's causing the loss? Is it truly a strategy thing? Here's my thing. I think that when traders struggle or like actually blow up, it honestly has nothing to do with, for most people, it has nothing to do with like actual strategy or ability to read price. Usually what it comes down to is like this unshakable bad habit of total self-sabotage when things aren't going right. Meaning like you're small red on the day, but you just refuse to be small red on the day. So you fucking just, I got to get it back. And then you try to force it. And then before you know it, you've blown your account, taking like not great trades in not great conditions, or just when you're just totally offside. Usually that's what ends up being like the downfall of most traders. It is not because like they just suck at reading technical analysis. It's just like everything comes to a head at one point, you know, and you tilt your way to a blown account. Now, for other people, it just does come down to, you know, a little bit of more time with the technical side of things. But the reality is, like, no matter how good you get at reading price action and technical analysis, like, you're just still going to lose sometimes. Like, statistically, it's just going to fucking happen. You're not going to be right all the time. There's still human error involved. You're still going to trade on days you probably just shouldn't have traded, you know? And it's just like, can you master yourself? Because you're never going to master the markets, but can you master yourself enough to, like, not self-sabotage? And it just, I don't know how to teach that, right? Like, there's no way to teach that. Even I'm not perfect. and the only person that can fix it is me. When I fuck up, when I go on tilt, when I trade like an idiot, when I start gambling out of tilt, like that's no one can fix that for me. I'm the one pressing the button. You know? But when it comes down to actual like technical shit, like yeah, you can look at price and say, okay, why did this trade fail? The trades that I'm losing, what continues to be a reoccurring theme? That's what you're trying to identify, right? One of the things that has been a recurring theme in some of my losses is when I get like too ahead of myself on a thought process. And like, let's say, for example, like this would actually be a good example. Like if I was just like, I'm gonna long because I think this hourly gap is going to fail. A lot of the times losses I've taken have been because I'm just like predicting something to fail before something actually confirms. And then I lose and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have taken that trade, right? It was a bad trade. So identifying things like that can help, but at the end of the day, I like Dario, I just think that it probably more likely has to do with like something disciplinary and like psychological than it does with like your technical edge or whatever. If I had to guess, that's probably the case. Another thing that I would say too is, a lot of the times too, if I'm like on a little bit of a losing streak, or I'm just like totally getting caught off guard a lot, or offside, I should say. Honestly, the lower the time frame usually is a big part of the problem. Sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself is scale up to a higher time frame and just take less trades. Lower the size, less trades. Fuck the 1 minute chart. 5 minute, 15 minute. For a lot of folks, if you're offside a little too much, in a stretch of trading, then a lot of times that's what it is. But I get it. I know the 1 minute chart. It's a cruel mistress, right? I get it. Like when it works out, and it's beautiful. I get it. I love the 1 minute as much as the next guy. But like, there's definitely been moments too. Like even when I go on little losing streaks, I'm just like, dude, if the 1 minute chart didn't exist, like all the losses, most of the losses would have been gone. You know what I mean? But I think part of it too is just because people are in such a hurry to like get funded, get payouts, and make big sums of money, and because they're on such a small time frame, like the 1 minute, they can risk more because their stops are smaller, and they want to be able to trade minis. And it's just, if you're going through a lot of accounts, you're probably just risking a lot. So many different things, man. That's why like trading is such an interesting space, because it's like there isn't a one size fits all answer. You know, and everybody's in a different spot. Some people don't have any issues with self-control stuff, and they just genuinely need to get better at technical analysis. But I would say, like, for most people, the technical side is the easy part, and then it's just like one day they slip up and then they just lose self-control and then they blow up. And it's like, how could one person, you know, there's nothing that someone can say that's going to like fix that. Unfortunately, you're probably going to have to just lose enough money to where you're like, if I don't stop, I'm fucked. And then you'll be likely to make a change. You know what I mean? Like, this is kind of the unfortunate part about it, but that's probably the truth. But I wish there was something I could say that would just magically make people not do that, I guess. But, you know, I'm afraid it doesn't exist. If it did exist, I could wrap it in a nice course, put a fat price tag on it, and sell it. But that ain't the world we live in, is it? Well, it's 11:05. Yeah, man, very ugly delivery this morning so far. Might just be a PM day. Might have to be. Something just tells me though, like, jump off. All of a sudden, we're just gonna get like the cleanest move ever at like just like a random time after 11 o'clock macro. So many TikTok videos you can watch. That's true. There are plenty. Yeah, I mean, London was... I mean, it's kind of like a megaphone here. This is kind of... I mean, AM session's kind of a megaphone too so far, right? Like, accumulation in Asia. Run that out in London. Accumulation pre-market. Run it out in AM session. Both sides here. The important thing to keep in mind, though, is on the hourly and the 4 hour, like, we are still holding here. We're holding these bearish PD arrays. We tapped into the 4 hour OB up here. A little volume imbalance there as well. And we're holding this bearish on top of already holding the daily. So, like, on the higher time frame, if you're trading a 4 hour or a daily chart, you're probably still bearish. You blame Trump? It's BB. Yeah, Kev, what are we feeling? You like bearishness or bullishness, or you like none of the above? What are we thinking here? I just don't want to like convince myself of a short if we're just going to stay in a range. But Bitcoin falls under 66. Nice. Nice. Yeah, Dad. Dude, I was thinking about ordering one of them. I don't know if that'd get me in trouble, though, on YouTube. I was thinking about ordering one, just like a little prop for stream. Instead of like a money gun, just get a yarmulke. Throw that thing on. Overall bearish, just don't know when. Well said, Kevin. That's exactly how I'm feeling. Well said. Not a matter of if, a matter of when. You know, we've also been generating, like, just internally here. This is kind of just the, this is just kind of where we're at, right? It's just like this entire 10 a.m. range, like, we're just generating liquidity, both sides right now, right? Look, we got relative equal highs, trendline liquidity here, relative equal lows, trendline liquidity here. This is just an account graveyard. Ah, Judas. Judas, you know, you're only one man, Judas. It's all you can do. Much appreciated, though. Well, it's 11:10. I'm going to give, I don't know, I'm going to give this like a couple more minutes. But if we're just going to stay in the range, then might just have to call it a morning and come back later. You know, if you took a little loss in here this morning, just don't force any of these conditions, right? It's going to get better. Take your little red, move on, come back the next session. If you go on tilt trying to make it back, it's probably just going to be worse. Until it changes, man. Yeah, this is terrible. Well, shit. All right. Hey, I'm going to call it a morning, chat. I'm going to call it a morning. I don't think there's this. We're just going to be sitting here watching paint dry. I'm going to come back later on, though. I'm going to see what we're doing. No news later today. We have President. He's speaking later tonight. This is like after market close. So nothing to be concerned about. And then we got advanced GDP tomorrow and PMI. So I'm probably going to be patient. Going to be expecting that 9:45 tomorrow will be that manipulation potentially. So that'll be the thought process going into tomorrow. But we'll see what the rest of the day brings. And if you guys are in the Discord or follow me on X, I'll keep you guys updated there. If I take anything else today, as of right now, I'm red on the day, -1R. Yeah, just tough morning, obviously, for probably many people. So yeah, just be smart. Don't force it in bad conditions. It's always going to be another day, boys. All right. All right, guys. Enjoy your Thursday. I will let you guys know if I take anything else today. And otherwise, if nothing else, I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. All right? Same place, same time. Same good times. All right, guys. Enjoy your Thursday. Peace and love, everybody. We'll talk to you later on.
Wake up early, coffee to my lips. Tyler Trade streaming, giving us tips. The NASDAQ hustle riding up high. Joints on my playground, never ask you why. ICT moves, smart money flows. Precision like an arrow, yeah, that's how it goes. Stop losses shaking, but I hold my ground. Payouts stacking while the beats pound. Tyler trades, yeah, he's calling the plays. Future's bright while the market sways. If you run it, we don't delay. Stack those wins every single day. Trend line snap, time to break the mold. Risk to reward, pure liquid gold. Liquidity grabs, making it rain. I'm in sync with Tyler, bringing the gain. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age. Tyler trades, yeah, he's calling the plays. Future's bright while the market sways. If you run it, we don't delay. Stack those wins every single day. Trader age every single day. Trendline snap, time to break the mold. Risk to reward, pure liquid gold. Liquidity grabs, making it rain. I'm in sync with Tyler, bringing the gain. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age.